Houston has a budget. Find out why it's good news for city workers. And the reparations debate is heating up, and a Houston congresswoman is leading the charge. And look out, Omarosa, there's a new black in the White House, and Trump is hoping she'll bring him black voters. We've got the stories. Hi, I'm ReShonda Tate Billingsley with your weekly Defender NewsWrap, where we bring you the biggest news stories from the black community. Houston, we have a budget. City Council has approved Mayor Sylvester Turner's $5.1 billion budget for the upcoming fiscal year, authorizing a spending plan that was scrambled at the last minute by developments at the legislature and a judge's ruling that the voter-approved Prop B is unconstitutional. Turner said there are no job cuts in the 2020 budget approved by council. The city is also fully funding this year's pension costs. And the budget is a source of contention for the Houston Independent School District. Several trustees became upset while discussing the upcoming 2019-2020 budget and raises for teachers, administrators, and other employees. Board members ultimately were unable to come to an agreement on the proposed budget, which failed in a 6-3 vote. Some of the trustees argued that the 3.5% raise mandated by the state would mean little to those employees who are only making $12 an hour, and advocated for all employees to be paid at least $15 an hour. State law requires the budget to be approved by the end of the month as the fiscal year begins July 1st. The case for reparations is returning to Capitol Hill, this time amid a growing discussion in the Democratic Party about what the country might owe to the descendants of slaves in the United States. Leading the charge is Texas Congresswoman Sheila Jackson Lee, who is spearheading a hearing on a proposed study on the issue. Her resolution calls for a commission to study and develop reparation proposals for African Americans and consider a national apology by the government for the perpetuation of gross human rights violations and crimes against humanity on African slaves and their descendants. Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell said, "We already got our reparations, the election of Barack Obama." Yes, he really said that. There's a new black in the White House. Nicole Frazier, who worked as Senator Cory Gardner's regional director, was hired as the new director of African American Outreach. Frazier's role will be to connect the black community with the beleaguered Trump administration. Trump is looking for support from the black community right ahead of his 2020 re-election campaign. We've heard the horror stories of migrants on the U.S.-Mexico border, but many don't know that Africans are making up a large percentage of those making the dangerous journey. They're fleeing economic hardship and human rights abuses in African countries in unprecedented numbers, surprising Border Patrol agents more accustomed to Spanish-speaking migrants. Officials are scrambling to absorb the sharp increase in African migrants. Congrats to Dr. Thomas F. Freeman on a monumental achievement many of us can only dream about. He's preparing to celebrate his 100th birthday. Whether it's from the pulpit or the classroom, Dr. Freeman has been inspiring, motivating, and uplifting others since the day he first began preaching at age 9 in Virginia. We're happy to be blessed with his wisdom. We're here to help you plan your weekend with these upcoming community events. On Thursday, June 27th, the Ensemble Theater will have the Josephine Baker Play opening night. On Saturday, June 29th, the AIDS Foundation of Houston will have a dinner. And on Saturday also, Dr. Thomas Freeman's 100th birthday celebration will take place at Texas Southern University. Check them out, and if you have some events you'd like us to share, send it to us at news@defendermediagroup.com. It's a wrap. Make sure you're following us at Defender Network on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. And join us here next week for all your Defender highlights.